the mega corporate MAGA media, y'all. I told you, man. All right, I don't even know if I'm broadcasting or not. I am your host, Alex Johnson. Don't have much time. Deep State's trying to cut us down every day, y'all. You know, you never know if you're gonna stay on the air. You know, they're trying to silence you, okay? They're trying to silence me, okay? Now, the only way that you won't be silenced is if I'm allowed to keep on talking on the air here. Okay, so I need you to like and subscribe. It's the only way you won't be silenced, okay? Now look, we don't have much time here, okay? Now look, I got 190 House seats, Republicans running, okay? Election deniers, 190 of them, okay? There's 14 in the damn Senate, man. I tell you what, the deep state's coming for us every day, man. We got a new president-elect. Julia just won down in Brazil. MAGA's getting desperate, man. I don't know how much longer we're going to stay on the air. Okay, look. The radical national socialists, man. They're trying to silence me and they're trying to silence you, okay? I'm under attack right now, okay? And, the reality is, there's no denying the two documents that people will never read are the Constitution and the Apple Terms and Conditions. And I think that's the serious nature of the problem, y'all. Okay. Oh, man, I'll tell you what. Deep State's trying to take, women's bodies, man. Okay. The only way for you to stop them from the coming and taking control of women's bodies is you're gonna have to help people get to the polls, man. You gotta take bodies to the polls, and then women's bodies will be saved, man. It's crazy. I know, man. It's not a conspiracy theory, man. I didn't make that shit up, man. They're trying to silence me, man. Man, I'm running out of time. Listen, we're gonna talk to the man himself, man. Okay. President Hussein. Okay. That's all I can say. Okay. We're going to be talking to him on the ham radio here, man, because, he's calling from, I can't say, man. If I could tell you, but if I told you, I had to kill you, man. Well, we can get to that in a minute, man. Right now, we're almost out of time, okay? So I don't know how much longer we're going to be on the air. So I got to say, man, listen. We got a special thing, okay? Okay? This is just for our true patriots out there, okay? Patriots are coming to our side every day, man. More and more of them, okay? Because we know the truth, man. We know what's going on, man. They're trying to take over. That's what's going to happen, man. We got about a week, man. There's only a week left, man. You got to vote, man. You got to vote on November 8th. Otherwise, we're all going to be fucked. Okay, now look here. That or not. Look at that. Okay. It's a genuine bronze relief, okay, of our 16th president. For this week only, I got a bronze relief of our 16th president with 1776 emblazoned across it. I've only got 1,000 of these, okay? They're one-of-a-kind reliefs, man, okay? I've just been informed we can, in fact, get more, apparently. Don't let your voice be silenced, man, okay? Now look, they're draining all of our resources, man. With all these texts and everything, man. We just can't keep it up, man. We just can't afford all this. You have any idea what it takes to run this bunker, man, and stay down here for months at a time? My God, man. Just broadcast it alone. I don't know if I can keep this shit up, man, much longer. Okay, now look. This week only, man. If you do it before November 8th, 11/8. Okay, that's the key. These things usually go for $1.99, man. But I'm gonna give it to y'all for $1.18. That's right, man. You will have your very own wokeism shield. That's right. It will empower you with woke, and that's where you're gonna need in this time of craziness, man. It's the only way. I don't think we're going to survive this, man. If we don't all vote, man, it's going to be over, man. Okay, look, I'm almost out of time, man. Almost out of time. President Hussein wants me to call him at this time. Okay, look, here we go. Okay. Now I got to get him on the radio here. Code word Hussein. Can you read me? The Patriots of the Mofo Nation. Yes, sir. That's right. Yes, sir. You're live on the air. Yes, I am worried. Yes, sir. How do we keep our democracy? Dropped a message to his followers. Everybody needs to go to iwillvote.com. It's real important you go to iwillvote.com. Make sure that you're hooked up and ready to go, okay? Because you got to make sure you vote and make sure you know what your polling place is, okay? Yes, sir. Can you hear me? Hey, what do I do to get more people to send me money so that they won't be silenced?
Work to stir up division, to make folks as angry and as afraid of one another, controversy and conflict more profitable than telling the truth.
I'm freaking out, man. I don't know how much longer I can stay tuned in.
I get why you might be worried. That tuning out is not an option.
Well, how do we get a fair economy?
The way to make this economy fair is if we, all of us, fight for it.
How do we save democracy?
The only way to save democracy is if we, together, nurture it and fight for it.
What kind of soldiers are you recruiting for your woke General Streisand diva army?
People who will fight for you. And that's what you did 2 years ago when you sent Joe Baden to the White House.
When was the last time we even had an election, man? It seemed like it was so
Joe
long
is
ago.
fighting for you every day. He's got your back. He's doing everything he can to put more money in your pockets, to make your streets safer, and bring more good-paying jobs.
Well, who cares about working people?
The laws of supply and demand got messed up and
Why do we
wreaked
have high
havoc on
gas?
supply chains. And then you have a war in Ukraine.
Well, who's going to do something about it?
The Republicans talk a lot about it, but what is their answer?
What about their economy policy? Surely they have that.
It's the same answer they've got for everything. They want to gut social programs, they want to cut Social Security and Medicare, and then they want to give their rich friends a tax cut. Don't boo, vote. Cut taxes for the wealthy and for corporations is because that's their answer to everything. When inflation is low, let's cut taxes. When unemployment's high, got to cut taxes.
What's the most ridiculous thing? Okay, this is kind of a crazy question, kind of out there. What's the most ridiculous thing you ever heard a Republican say while you were watching the movie Armageddon?
Got to cut taxes. If there was an asteroid heading towards Earth, they would all get in a room and they'd say, you know what we need? We need tax cuts for the wealthy.
Should I start digging my bunker deeper?
How's that going to help you? Shown that they will take on the drug companies to lower prices and get the oil industry to clean up its act and pass
What about
laws
the cost
to
of
make housing
housing,
more
man?
affordable.
It's getting hard out there for people, man. Taxes alone make it impossible to buy a house. Inflation?
And make sure big corporations create jobs here in
To
Georgia.
make it corporate MAGA media, y'all. I told you, man.
Serious problem. Who will fight to keep you and your family safe? The Republican politicians who want to flood our streets with more guns?
It's not New York or LA, man. Worst crime in the country is in rural Texas, man. It's truth. Man, they don't want you to know that, man. The DPS is after me down here. We got small towns in this state in the top 10 of homicide in the country.
Is it somebody who carries around a phony badge and says he's in law enforcement? Like he's a kid playing cops and robbers? The bishop who worked with President Biden to pass the first major gun safety legislation in nearly 30 years. That's the choice in this election. That's what's at stake right now. Who will fight for your freedoms?
Vote.
Is it some of these folks in the GOP, politicians, judges, who think they should get to decide? Do not boo. Vote.
Who's going to make democracy work for the regular silenced mofos out there?
Is it some of these folks in the other party that have promised if they get control of Congress, they'll spend the next 2 years investigating their political opponents. Now, how's that going to help you pay the bills?
Well, maybe by then I'll have more subscribers, so that, the thought police will kind of come and get me.
Promised, if they get control of Congress, they'll spend the next 2 years investigating their political opponents. Now, how's that going to help you pay the bills? To pass an infrastructure bill that will create new jobs, who've made health care and prescription drugs more affordable, who've made the single largest investment ever in the fight against a warming planet. Some of you may not remember, but Herschel Walker was a heck of a football player. I mean, some of you are too young to remember, but in college he was amazing. One of the best running backs of all time.
I'm a dyed-in-the-wool Cowboy fan, sir. I find myself torn. 5,000 rushing yards. Over 18,000 all-purpose yards. He's in the Ring of Honor at Cowboy Stadium, sir. But then he joined Philadelphia. And then he was dead to me.
But here's the question. Does that make him the best person to represent you in the U.S. Senate? Does that make him equipped to weigh in on the critical decisions about our economy and our foreign policy and our future? Let's do a thought experiment. Let's say you're at the airport and you see Mr. Walker and you say, hey, there's Herschel Walker, Heisman winner. Let's have him fly the plane. They wouldn't say that. You'd want to know, does he know how to fly an airplane? Or let's say you go to the hospital.
Should he even be a doctor?
And you say, that Walker guy, he sure could tear it up at Sanford Stadium. Give him a scalpel.
In the past year, just Texas law enforcement alone has seized enough fentanyl to kill every man, woman, and child in the entire United States of America.
The deep state's trying to cut us off and distract us with all this corporate MAGA media BS. Pharmaceutical company, that made that shit fentanyl. It's an American pharmaceutical company, man. We made it right here, man. It's bullshit what they're telling you, man. Invented by an American pharmaceutical company. It's all bullshit, man. It's all bullshit. Yes, sir. Could you get more of the Cabal's wokenistas, feministas, and cancel culture Gestapo to like and subscribe to my channel?
No, I can't. No, I can't. I'm good at a lot of things, but that would not be one of those things that I'm good at.
What's Herschel Walker ever done? Except for a bunch of babies' mamas.
Does make you suspect.
Shit. Yes, sir. If I'm guilty of anything, I'm only guilty of loving this country so much that it makes me mad at times that the Talladega nationalists and the crystal meth Christians. I'm about to lose my shit. Man. I'm running out of time, man.
Seems to me he's a celebrity who wants to be a politician. And we've seen how that goes.
Is freedom a risk?
A woman's right to make her own health care decisions.
Is
but we should all
privacy at
agree
risk?
that women everywhere should be able to control, have a say in what happens with their own bodies. It shouldn't be controversial to say that the most personal of healthcare choices should be made by a woman and her doctor, not by a
Take away
bunch
condoms. I
of
can't afford another
mostly
kid.
male
It's
politicians.
getting hard out there, man.
I taught constitutional law for over a decade, and I can tell you this. If a court does not believe in a zone
Plus, I've
of
been real
privacy
busy putting out Mofo war
that allows us
videos
to
because
make
I've been
certain
silenced.
decisions without government interference,
I'm being silenced right now.
then other freedoms
I'm about to cut this thing
we take
short,
for granted
man.
are also at risk. And I'm not just making this up. I'm not trying to, get everybody anxious. Justice Thomas wrote as much in the Dobbs opinion. He said as much. If there's no right to privacy, then same-sex marriage could be at risk. Almost every Republican in the House of Representatives has already voted against guaranteeing a right to use contraception.
What was it that Trump brought to the White House that you found, you know, like, what do you say, huge?
But
I can't argue with that. Anything else you printed on the new pillow guy proof ballots from Comrade Hugo?
democracy itself is also on the ballot.
Georgia governor didn't like the election results, huh?
He, quote, did something about it, unquote.
It's harder to vote in Texas, too. What's the Fox gonna say on November 9th?
Got whooped.
You and Nancy were accused on January 6th. What were you doing on January 6th?
I didn't incite a mob to storm the Capitol.
What will Trump do to us if he isn't stopped?
When there's no telling
What will
might
it be
happen.
like?
Everything will be okay. And I believe it will. But I also know that things will not be okay on their own.
What if they
We
win?
have to fight for this. Saying this matters.
What's the promise of
This
America?
election matters, Georgia. Where we come from, what we look like, or who we love. That's the promise of America. That's who we are. And in this election, you have a chance to vote okey-doke.
Two now.
And nothing that you
Man.
say matters. I need you to get off your couch and
Ain't got
vote.
no room for a couch
If
down here.
enough of us make our voices heard, I promise you, things will get better. We will heal what ails us. We will restore our democracy. We will build a country that is more fair and more just
Are we gonna
and
be
more equal
silenced?
and more free. That's our task.
How are we going to restore
That's our
America?
responsibility.
We're going to build.
Let's go do it.
One more thing. I miss you. I love you so much.
Love you too, but I still want you to vote.
It sounds like you're at a party, man. Any chance I could get in on that party?
If I said the sky was blue, they'd say no.
Am I?
If I said
Not a
fish
fool,
live
my
in the
brother
sea,
Cabal yet. Oh, all right then. All right.
they'd say no.
Well, that's about all the time we're going to have, man. Let's go. I tell you what, man. Trying to silence you, man. I tell you what, we're out of time, man. Okay, look. I only got a second, man. A second longer to tell you. But they tried to kill Nancy Pelosi, man. I tell you what, this has got all the markings of a red MAGA flag operation, man. It's got MAGA written all over it, man. Just look at the facts. Real San Francisco police. They didn't shoot the guy. They arrested him so they could be tried. Man, even the 911 caller was competent, man. I tell you what, wasn't no crisis actor either, man. It was an 82-year-old man, doing that. It's like a method actualization of a. They're trying to cut me off.